Eagles have landed. It's the Eagles against the Bills coming up after this message from your local station. A nearly perfect day in December in Buffalo, New York for this afternoon's meeting between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills. Good afternoon, everybody. Verne Lundquist along with Dan Fouts, 80,000 on hand. Exciting late season game, but Buffalo comes in, Dan, bothered extremely by injuries.
Well, and they're facing the most dangerous player in football in Randall Cunningham. Defensively, defensive lineman Bruce Smith and Jeff Wright did not practice this week. And in their secondary, Kirby Jackson will not start. Rookie Jamie Williams will take his place. So they're banged up all over that defense.
Every game seems to focus on quarterbacks, but we've got two of the hottest in the NFL today in Jim Kelly and Randall Cunningham.
And they'll be facing two of the great pass rushers in Bruce Smith and Reggie White. So this game is going to be a battle all the way, and who's ever on the field at the end of the game in that fourth quarter is going to win it, because both these quarterbacks are very good in the two-minute offense.
Buffalo comes in 9-2. Philadelphia has won 5 in a row. As we said, nearly perfect for December, 41 degrees. The wind will be a factor, 22 miles per hour, 62% humidity, but no rain or snow in the forecast. Roger Ruzek will kick it deep for Philadelphia as Buffalo won the toss. Don Smith and Al Edwards are the two deep men for the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo a perfect 6-0 at home, but they've swooned in December throughout the 80s, so this is a very critical game for them. The Eagles trying to keep alive in the playoff picture. Short kick. At the 20, it's Smith. And given the shortness of the kickoff, pretty good downfield coverage at the 33-yard line. Jim Kelly will open at quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. And he will be joined offensively by Wolford, Richer, Hull, Davis, and Ballard up front. The tight end is Keith McKellar. In the backfield, it's Thurman Thomas, Jamie Mueller, the wide receivers, James Lofton, the aging one, but still excellent, and Andre Reed. Kelly, 18 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions, 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. They open with a double tight end lineup. Handed off up the middle to Thurman Thomas. And defensively, for the Philadelphia Eagles, second in the league against the rush. White, Golick, Brown, and Simmons, no huddle offense. We'll get the rest of the lineup. Joyner, Evans, and Small of the linebackers. And the secondary, Smith, Allen, Hopkins, and Waters. No huddle out of the shotgun. Pass is caught. Lofted. Downfield block from Mueller. No flags, touchdown.
The reason the Bills go to the quick hurry-up offense is to keep the Eagles from substituting and also to throw their rhythm off a little bit. You see Lofton coming across the middle. He beats the rookie Ben Smith, and now he'll pick up a convoy down the sidelines. That's number 41, Mueller. He gets a nice escort block and a perfect start for the Bills.
63-yard touchdown, second play of the game. Scott Norwood's extra point is up and good. 34-year-old James Lofton's third touchdown reception of 1990. Lofton, 63 yards, and for Jim Kelly, a milestone touchdown, Dan.
Well, that was his 100th of his NFL career. He threw 1,000,000 in the USFL. But what a way to start your day. Second play of the game, your first completion, and you get 6 out of it.
Scott Norwood will kick off now for the Buffalo Bills. Thomas Sanders is the middleman of 3 deep for the Philadelphia Eagles. Buffalo number 2 in the NFL in kickoff coverage. It's been tough to return against them. Into the wind, a short kick taken by Edwards at the 16. Darts to the outside, looks for blocking help. A flag is down, and so is Edwards at the 35. Referee today is Tom Dooley. Against Philadelphia.
tackle block. Number 43 on the receiving team. Touchdown.
That's Roger Vick, erstwhile New York Jet. And Randall Cunningham, after the penalty comes on. Cunningham having a terrific season. 21 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, but 19 of those touchdown passes and only 3 of those interceptions have come since the second game. Slow start, he's really come on. First down from the 19. Inside handoff to Keith Byers. That's a rare sight in Philadelphia these days. Byers carrying the football. He's become much more of a pass receiving threat in the last couple of years. Heller, Ben Tamburello starts for an injured Mike Shadd. Alexander, Solt, Singletary, and the tight end Keith Jackson. And in the backfield, it's Anthony Toney, who did a great job last week with Heller on Lawrence Taylor, joined by Byers, the rookie wide receivers, Fred Barnett and Calvin Williams.
And Tony's going to have his hands full because the Bills have pass rushers on both sides of the line of scrimmage. They got Cornelius Bennett coming from the left side and Bruce Smith from the right side. Now the referees are talking to the Bills right now about a uniform problem. Nate Odoms is going to the sidelines. He has Vaseline on his arms or something shiny, and the referees made him go to the sidelines. They're going to wipe it off.
He's not the only one, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Second down from the 25. Byers in trouble. Caught and dropped at the 21. Ray Bentley leads the charge. Leon Seals almost got into it.
Yeah, and I think our officials are going to have their hands full today. This is a time of year where you get into the dog days of the season. Tempers start to flare. There's a lot on the line for both these ball clubs. Remember, the Bills are trying to get back in the winning column after losing to Houston last week, and they know they don't play well in December, but they play awfully well here at Rich Stadium.
Marv Levy looks on. 3rd and 7. 7-0. Buffalo leads it on a 63-yard touchdown toss. Kelly to Lofton. Byers in motion. He'll line up in any of 5 positions. Rush coming from the outside. They hand it off inside. But that will be short of the first down by a yard. And Leon Seals makes the tackle on Heath Sherman, number 23.
Well, the one thing that the Eagles wanted to do was to take this crowd of 80,000 out of the game early. Well, they failed in that quest thanks to the Lofton touchdown, but also thanks to the Bills defense. They went out there and shut down the Eagle offense in just 3 plays and forced this punt.
Jeff Feagles will ride the wind with the punt. He is having a superb year. And Al Edwards, who replaced Chris Hale at the punt return spot after Hale's injury, is back. High snap. Feagles, returnable by Edwards. Almost dropped it. And then he is dropped at the 33-yard line. So Buffalo scores on its second pass play. Philadelphia can't get a first down. The Bills have it back, leading 7-0.
And that's really no way for a author of children's books to look.
Maybe they're scare books meant for Halloween.
Yeah, he's the villain today.
Ray Bentley writes children's books as an avocation. He has written 2 thus far. And his nickname is Darby because the main character is Darby in his book.
Oh, they got all the...
Cornelius Bennett. And Buffalo. 1st and 10. They lead 7-0. Toss comes to Thurman Thomas. Jesse Small gets blocked out of the play. You will find throughout the afternoon an inclination of the Buffalo Bills to run to their left. And it was Jeff Fisher's concern as the defensive coordinator of the Eagles that they would run at Jesse Small.
Well, and this is Jesse right here. And he is the most vulnerable of all the Eagles as far as the run's concerned. He's a young guy in the league.
No huddle offense, Andre Reed. Got to be quick with these guys.
Boy, no kidding. Reed had the first down, too. He circled back and fell down. Tried to get back up and get forward for the first down, but he might have come up a little bit shy.
And again, they'll go with the no huddle offense.
Thanks for the warning.
Now they will huddle.
Anyway, getting back to Jesse Small, the Eagles fear that the Bills run the ball extremely well to their left side behind Will Wolford and the tight end McKellar on that side. And Jesse Small at 6'3" and 240 pounds, although he's big, he has a lot of area to block, and he doesn't play the run as well as he will later on.
They come left again, and this time the contact is huge. Byron Evans is there. So is Britt Hager, who had a marvelous day last week against the Giants, number 54. It was Kenneth Davis on the carry.
Just enough for the first down for Buffalo, but not by a whole lot. Nice hit in the hole there by Wes Hopkins on the blitz, number 48. And again, we go to the hurry-up offense.
1st and 10, Buffalo from the 46. Kelly back. Pressure. Chased by Joyner. Finds a wide open James Lofton. Whoa, blown coverage by somebody. And it could have been Ben Smith. He was the closest to James Lofton.
Well, what happens here is Kelly buys some time by rolling out to his right, and Smith just drops the coverage on Lofton, and then Lofton has to be very careful with this catch. He almost dropped it.
Again, the no huddle out of the shotgun. Kelly back. This time caught by the tight end, Keith McKellar. That's a gain of 4 to the 30-yard line, and they will go without a huddle again.
And this is throwing off the timing of the Eagles defense. They like to move people around a lot, but this is forcing them into more base coverages, and it is giving them some problems right now, especially the rookie Ben Smith.
Blitz coming on this down. Thurman Thomas, he is caught at the line and dropped for no gain at the 30-yard line. Reggie White, number 92, makes the tackle, helped by Byron Evans. Jeff Fisher, as we said, is the defensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's Jeff standing next to Buddy Ryan. Told us last night he was concerned primarily about the Bills running left. Outside. Hard count given by Kelly.
And then all the finger pointing back and forth. And the Bills pulled the Eagles offside for that hard count.
Defense, number 99. Right down.
That's something that Kelly will do a lot to the Eagles because, you know, we talk about being in sync. Well, now the Bills, when they go back to the huddle, they get in the huddle and they call a long count. Takes the Eagles out of their rhythm there, as well as speeding up the game with the no-huddle offense.
Saw Frank Reich signaling in the play. And now the Buffalo Bills go with a jumbo offense, which means Mitch Farad is in as a backup guard or an extra guard. 3rd and short. Kenneth Davis. No, he did not make it. And that means that Scott Norwood will get the call for the field goal. Seth Joyner, who again this year Buddy Ryan says is having a Pro Bowl type season, made that tackle. Norwood comes on. He's 14 of 22 for the season. And he is the all-time scoring leader for the Buffalo Bills, now in his 6th year. One of the USFL veterans. One hears that word less and less these days.
And he's going to be going right into this win, so this is no gimme.
Not at all. 43 yards officially. Got it. And he's not unhappy about it. Buddy Ryan's bunch has fallen behind 10-zip on a 60-er, and Byron Evans, 2 of the 3 starting linebackers for the Eagles, trying to tighten things up defensively. And now Scott Norwood, the author of that 43-yard field goal into the wind, will kick it deep to Thomas Sanders. 10-0, Bills lead. Al Edwards grabs his second kickoff return for him. Tries to find room on the sideline and is knocked out of bounds across the 30 to the 33. Well, one never knows how emotional kickers will get, but this one got very emotional.
I think he realized how far this was into this 25-mile-an-hour wind and how close it was to not making it. And a kick like this will make the old coach weak in the knees.
Whoa! Buddy Ryan, who began his collegiate coaching career here at the University of Buffalo 29 years ago. 1st and 10. Nothing going. Leon Seals makes the tackle of Anthony Toney. Defensively, you see Leonard Smith and Cornelius Bennett. Seals, Bruce Smith, number 78. No practice all week. Let's set the lineup for the Bills. Seals, Wright, and Smith up front. The linebackers are Cornelius Bennett, Conlon, Ray Bentley, and Darryl Talley. And in the secondary, this is where the problems come. Jamie Williams, Odoms, John Hagee, and Leonard Smith. Second down and short, Cunningham. Nice cut back, but Smith gets him in a holding call. It's Talley, Darryl Talley, who gets there first. Now the option resting with the Bills. Do they want to force Philadelphia into a third and long?
61 offense. Penalties decline. Third down.
That's really the bonus. When you get that choice, you can decline it, bring up third down. It looked like Talley was right with the snap of the ball. Outstanding effort getting by two men. One of them was holding him, and he still gets the sack on the quarterback.
Well, he came by Tamburello, and then Tony tried to knock him down. Darryl Talley gets the sack. That's his third of 1990, and it's the 36th time, 36, that Cunningham has been sacked. Third and 12. Bruce Smith fumble, loose football. Down by contact, it'll be fourth down.
Well, there will not be a fumble. That's really a questionable call, but they probably called it
in the grass.
In that grass. But Smith just gets off the line of scrimmage so quickly here. In fact, he's almost offsides. He's that fast, comes right up with the ball, and then he shows that is not a sack, folks. That is a fumble. But it will not be reviewed because Dooley blew the whistle. And
wow.
It will stand as a sack, but that was a fumble.
Fourth down. Jeff Feagles will punt it again to Al Edwards. Beautiful punt. Edwards over the shoulder at the 26. This is an outstanding Buffalo special teams squad. And Bruce Smith with his 14th sack of the season.
And that puts him just one behind the NFL leader, Derek Thomas of the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bills have been very effective offensively with going with this no-huddle offense, and especially the quarterback, Jim Kelly. He's completed all 4 of his passes for 91 yards, and 3 of those completions and attempts came from the shotgun formation. So everything is working right for this man, Marv Levy, right now.
And, of course, the biggest of the 4 was the second play from scrimmage. That was a 63-yard pass to James Lofton for the touchdown. This time they go with a huddle. Buffalo leads it 10-0. Thomas comes left again. Jesse Small gets knocked down again. And it's a big gain again, short of the first down by half yard.
Thomas is having an outstanding year. He is averaging about 5.5 yards every time he carries the ball. McKellars comes over here and just fights off Small and knocks him to the ground, and that's what the Eagles have to shore up that part of their defense.
Andre Reed splits the difference. There are no flags. Touchdown, Buffalo. Wow.
Yeah, they're saying wow in Philadelphia, too, and on that sideline, this is shocking. 2 long pass plays for touchdowns. Kelly first to Lofton, this one to Reed.
Andre Reed's 4th touchdown of the year. That one 56 yards. Scott Norwood. Extra point. Good. And mind you, both touchdowns, all 17 points, into a 22-mile-an-hour wind.
And the Eagles, with that wind at their back, have yet to throw a pass. Cunningham went back and got sacked the last time, and the only time he tried. Here come the Eagles on the blitz. Kelly with the read and the protection. Andre Reed on a short post pattern, kind of like Terry Bradshaw talked about on NFL Today. Reed told them that that's where the Eagles are vulnerable when they blitz. And you see Reed just looking around, checking for flags and enemy players. Easy touchdown. The victimized man is Eric Allen, and then both safeties, Waters and Hopkins, can't come up with the tackle, and it's a walk-in for Andre Reed.
That scoring drive, like the first, took all of 2 plays, a run and a pass. This time's 56 yards, and Andre Reed from Kutztown State in Pennsylvania. 165 yards to zip thus far. 17-0 is the result.
But the good news for Philadelphia is
3.5 quarters to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thomas Sanders is waiting for another kickoff. He hasn't gotten one yet. They've been going at Al Edwards. This time Sanders grabs it at the 16. And Randall Cunningham and the explosive, usually explosive Philadelphia offense getting ready to come back on the field. $17-0. 6:04 to go, first quarter.
Right now, Cunningham is thinking one thing: let's get a first down. We've had 2 possessions where we've had 3 plays and had to punt.
Myers out of the backfield. Tony gets the handoff, and again he's stuffed. Leon Seals leads the way. Right now, let's go back to our New York studios for an update. Here's Greg Gumbel.
All right, Verne, you've seen your share of long gainers on the pass play. How about this one at Soldier Field in Chicago? Rodney Peete to Robert Clark. By the time this one ends at the Chicago 3, it goes 57 yards. That set up a Rodney Peete touchdown, and the Lions lead the Bears 7-0 first quarter, Verne.
All right, Greg, 17-0 here. Leon Seals, Jeff Wright, Bruce Smith, the front 3. Now a 4-man front for the Buffalo Bills. Cunningham back and has protection. Into the flat for Byers. That's his 61st catch this year. And it's close for the first down to accomplish what Dan said they must.
Byers is really an interesting character. He is the MVP of this league in my book, most versatile player, and that may make him the most valuable player because he can play running back, he can play tight end, he can be the H-back, and he can also line up wide. And he's thrown 2 passes for touchdowns this year. So I asked him before the game, are you thinking about the Pro Bowl? He says, yeah, but I'm not sure what position I can make it at. They may have to create a special position for me. And that's not without precedent in the Pro Bowl. They came up with a special teams player a couple years ago. So good luck, Keith.
1st and 10, first down for the Eagles. Keith Sherman gets the handoff and gets a couple of yards.
Yeah, but they're not going to do it on first down by running the ball against these Bills. They've had 4 first down plays so far today, and all 4 of them have been running plays, and they haven't got much out of any of them.
Well, this is an offense that has become to a degree more diversified with Heath Sherman's explosion, Andrew Toney, and the running game.
But then you get to the fact that the Bills have problems in their secondary, and the Eagles have the wind at their back, and they're not throwing the ball enough.
2nd down and 7. Blitz coming. Cunningham rolls out of the pocket and is out of bounds after that scamper across the 50 and near the 47-yard line. Shane Conlon chased him out of bounds. Randall, averaging 55 yards per game, of course, has a chance to become the 2nd leading running quarterback ever this afternoon. Richie Kotite, the new offensive coordinator this year, new with Jim McMahon by his side.
Yeah, the fashion plate, Jim McMahon.
Jim McMahon was out here at 11 o'clock this morning playing catch with Roger Ruzek. And I said, what? He said, I'm bored. I got to play my game before they start the real one. I'm going to throw for a half an hour.
But he's contributing in a lot of ways to the Eagles' success.
3rd and 2. Sherman. Nowhere to run. Bruce Smith made the initial contact, and he and Heller are going at each other. Interesting, there were some angry words expressed by Bruce Smith in the paper in Buffalo, and then you read a Philadelphia version of the same conversation, and Bruce Smith in the Philadelphia papers had nothing but kind words to say about Heller. Flag is down.
Well, neither of those players will back off from any type of confrontation. In fact, Heller's reluctance to back off a couple years ago cost him a poke in the eye from Minnesota's Bubba Baker. And you see he's wearing that shield over his eyes. He has real problems there. He has to put an ointment in his eye every day so that he can see properly. If he doesn't, the eye will dry up and cause him all kinds of pain.
Matter of fact, he has a civil lawsuit pending, does he not?
Well, he's got it in the works.
That was a delay of game penalty, by the way. No personal fouls. So it is now 3rd and 7. Cunningham with pressure. Across the middle, incomplete. Calvin Williams. And another fracas breaks out back at the 40-yard line.
And I guarantee you, it's Ron Heller and Bruce Smith again.
Bruce Smith was complaining about cut blocks. And I refer back to the fact that there were 2 articles printed featuring him this week, one in Buffalo and one in Philly. And in the Buffalo version of same, he indicated that he thought Heller was a practitioner of that practice. 4th down. Eagles almost blocked by Tasker. And he's blocked 1 this year. And a fair catch called. Whoa! At the 15-yard line. Randall Cunningham got a 1st down, but then the team had to punt, and Buffalo's got a 17-0 lead and the ball. $80,000 expected this afternoon, and oh, have they enjoyed themselves. Buffalo leading 17-0 with 2:45 to go first quarter. Here's how it happened. Second play of the game, Lofton, 63 from Kelly, following a Philadelphia punt and another long pass. Scott Norwood's 43-yard field goal. Another Philadelphia punt, and 2 plays later, Andre Reed, 56 yards from Jim Kelly. It's 17-zip, and a defensive substitution now. Al Harris has replaced Jesse Small at right outside linebacker. That's where the Eagles have been effective running. They test the middle this time. Thurman Thomas for just a couple.
And I'm sure we'll see Jesse Small later in the game. But the reason Al Harris is in there is because he has all that experience. And, you know, Small is just in his 2nd year, and he played defensive end in college, and he's still making that transition to linebacker.
2nd down and 9. No huddle. Andre Reed. Whoa. Face mask. No flag. Andre Reed is down at the 25-yard line, short of the 1st down.
Kelly's having a ball now. He's completed everything he's thrown. He's calling everything at the line of scrimmage. He's running a 2-minute offense here in the very first part of the game.
Well, final 2 minutes, first quarter. Lofton. Mueller again. Lofton again, out of bounds at the 3.
Somebody call the cops or throw the towel in or something. Ben Smith is getting murdered by the veteran James Lofton right here. Kelly with a beautiful pass as he has all day to throw. And now Mueller coming a little bit late, misses this blocker. Lofton would have been in the end zone. As it was a 71-yarder inside the 5.
34 years of age. He has played, of course, with the Packers, the Raiders, and Buffalo. 8 catches last year. And he's got 2 today.
And with that catch, he passes Don Maynard. And I talked to him earlier in the week. He said, you know, back in 1984, somebody asked me how long I wanted to play. I said at the time I wanted to play until 1990. Well, he's done that. He can say he's played in 3 decades. Now he wants to play 2 more years, so he can say he played 15. He could go right into the Hall of Fame based upon the game he's having today.
Now, that's a well-earned grin Andre Reed and James Lofton, picked up after the season started last year. Had been with the Raiders for a couple of years after that long career with Green Bay. Look at these passing yards. And this is an Eagle team that averages giving up only 210 passing yards per game.
And Jim Kelly has yet to throw for a 300-yard game this year. He may do it here in the first quarter.
Remind you of anybody?
Well, you know, with those kind of numbers and the way things are going, we better get looking at that all-time record of Norm Van Broecklyn, because that's 554. Kelly's almost halfway there.
Well, we saw Montana chase it earlier. First and goal. 3 tight ends in. Butch Roll is the third. All he's done is catch 8 passes in a row for touchdowns. This time it's Thomas for the touchdown. There's Roll, decoy. Flag is down.
The flag came after the touchdown. The touchdown will stand.
We have an unsportsmanlike conduct on number 59 of the defense. 15-yard penalty on the kickoff. Final point.
That is on Seth Joyner, and he might. Now, he didn't bump an official. He would have been ejected. I saw him arguing with the official deep in the end zone, but it's not a Mark Bavaro play where Bavaro was kicked out for pushing the official. Norwood with the extra point.
It was deflected, but it still went through. Everything's going through for Buffalo.
3 touchdown passes for Jim Kelly against a Philadelphia Eagle team that has won 5 in a row and destroyed the Giants last week.
And this was Kelly's first completion after he huddled the team up. Thomas there easily gets into the end zone, and I think what Joyner is arguing about is he was picked. Here he is, number 59, coming to the outside, and he's going to have a wide receiver run into him. His responsibility was Thomas, and Seth Joyner has a heck of an argument there that was an illegal play by the Buffalo Bills.
Now, Jamie Mueller got the block, and you can see Joyner saying, watch it again.
Number 59, that is just illegal as all get out. Jamie Mueller went in there and tried to block Seth Joyner. The officials didn't see it, and that's why Joyner argued so much that he got a 15-yard misconduct penalty. But he had a heck of a case there. Watch Jamie Mueller here. He'll come inside here, and this is Seth Joyner. And he'll come down, look at him, stop, plant, and block, and there should be a penalty called on that one. But when you're hot, and the Bulls are hot.
24-zip.
Now, the Bills are hot, too.
Norwood. Edwards again. And the Eagles offense comes back on the field. Injured player down.
And again, the goal for the Eagles at this point is to just get a first down, get some type of drive going, so where they can give their defense a breather on the sidelines and get some points on the board. They do have a lot of time, but they're down 24-zip with 1:14 to go in the first.
Mark Pike was the injured player, number 94 for Buffalo. He is on the line, on the sideline now, limping just a little bit. Randall Cunningham. Backs are split. Thomas Sanders has come in. He gets the handoff. And he's stopped. Shane Conlon makes the tackle, number 58. Well, 1:02 remaining, so one record may be safe for the Buffalo Bills. The record number of points in the single quarter is 31. This is a team, remember, against Denver, they scored 20 points in what? A minute 17 earlier this year.
And they have put up some points this year. They scored 45 against Phoenix, and they are the leading scoring team in the NFL.
Well, Philadelphia's number 2.
Well, they better get started.
2nd and 9. Double team on Smith. Byers did a fine job to hang on to the ball.
Marvelous catch. He really got tagged by Leonard Smith just as the ball was getting there.
And the clock now shows 19 seconds to go, first quarter. Leonard Smith, erstwhile St. Louis and Phoenix Cardinal, known as one of the harder hitting defensive backs in the league. Not great speed. Well, it has been something. See if the Eagles can get one more playoff before the quarter ends. No, they do not. That is the end of the first quarter of play with our score: Buffalo 24 and the Philadelphia Eagles nothing.
Football League is sponsored by Mitsubishi. The word is getting around. UPS now offering 10:30 a.m. guaranteed overnight air delivery. And by Miller Genuine Draft, with a reminder to please think when you drink this holiday season.
It is relatively balmy in Buffalo on this first weekend in December, and especially so if you're a Bill fan, with Buffalo up 24-0 as we start quarter number 2. Verne Lundquist and Dan Fouts. James Lofton. And there's Mitch, the wrestler, Farad on the sidelines. Here's Cunningham. Dropped. Leonard Smith defending. Calvin Williams dropped the ball. 4th down.
Again, a short offensive series for the Eagles. They really needed to move the ball and get Buffalo back on their heels. Right now, the Bills are up on their toes, and they're slamming the Eagles.
Eagles now has to punt into that 25-mile-an-hour wind. Edwards waits for it. Here comes the rush. And Beagles has faked it, and he's going to run. I don't know whether this was designed, but he's got a first down, and he is chopped down as he gets knocked out of bounds. I think that was an impromptu play, Dan.
I think you're absolutely right, Verne. We'll take a look at it. The pressure comes. He has a good grip on the ball, but at the last minute, he sees Tasker right in there. And then he really gets lucky as he just barely gets to the chain marker and gets that left foot ahead of the marker for the first down.
That was Kenneth Davis who knocked him down. Jeff Feagles, I don't know if he was injured or not, but Tasker has blocked 1 this year. He did get the first down. Eagles control the ball. 24-zip. Into the flat, knocked down. James Williams, the #1 draft pick, who is playing in the spot normally occupied by the injured Kirby Jackson. Don't forget, coming up next Saturday, one of the classics of the college football season for us at CBS, 2 o'clock Eastern time, the annual Army-Navy game. That's Saturday, 2 o'clock Eastern. And if they can come close to the finish of last year, it'll be something.
Yeah, and Army thought they got Navy's goat there earlier this year when they went down to Annapolis and stole what they thought was the Navy goat. Well, it turned out it was a substitute, second string goat.
2nd down and 10. Tony. Out near the 35.
Yeah, that run by Feagles was the Eagles' first down of the game.
First down other than the pass that Cunningham threw.
And that's not the way Richie Kotite and Buddy Ryan drew it up.
Eagles, who has gotten this spot because of the injuries to John Telchik. Telchik with 4 knee operations since October of last year. Cunningham back. Gets rid of it, incomplete. 4th down. Almost in the grass. Boy, they are putting the pressure on Randall Cunningham.
What they're doing is they're bringing the ends up the field and just collapsing the pocket. Bruce Smith has so much speed that he just beats Heller right now from the line line of scrimmage, forces Cunningham up into the middle of the pocket where Seals and Wright are, and Randall Cunningham's not getting any chance at all to throw the ball.
Well, keep your eye on Steve Tasker, number 89. I'm sure Feagles will. This time, Tasker is held up. Edwards spins out of one tackle and is down at the 29-yard line. Harper LaBelle makes the stop. A 43-yard punt, 7 on the return. Buffalo on top, 24-7.
Oil shaver.
This game summary is sponsored by AT&T, the right choice.
No misprint. We played a little more than a minute of the second quarter. 248 Buffalo yards, 33 for Philadelphia. Kelly, perfect thus far. 3 touchdowns, and Lofton has caught 3 for 154.
And the Eagles, as everybody knows, they live by the blitz. Well, this first quarter, they have died by it. Kelly has burned them deep to Lofton twice and Andre Reed. 16.5 yards per play. That ain't bad.
1st and 10. They come right this time. Thurman Thomas. McKellar gets a block on Joyner. And Thomas picks up another quick 10 yards out near the 41-yard line. Andre Waters made the stop.
Boy, McKellar's is having a great day blocking. That time he just pinned Joyner inside, and Thomas, with all his speed, got around the corner very easily.
At the 40 out of the shotgun. Thurman Thomas. And for one of the rare times, the offense is stopped.
Well, that's really the only thing the Eagles can hope for, is that the Bills will get tired right now.
Here they go again. No huddle. Out of the shotgun. Incomplete. First incompleted pass. Andre Waters defending.
This is Kelly's worst pass of the day as he kind of hangs up Thurman Thomas. Andre Waters with the trademark low hit there. Taking Thomas out. He had no chance at all making that grab.
3rd and 10. Buffalo has yet to punt. No blitz. Is it a completed pass? No, incomplete. Mike Golick goes back to fall on the ball for the Eagles. But the pass incomplete, the hit by Wes Hopkins.
Boy, and that was a perfect hit by Hopkins. That ball came right into Lofton. Looked like he was going to make the grab, but then that green helmet got in there and slammed the ball out.
Wes Hopkins, who got his starting spot back almost by default this year. Izell Jenkins was injured at corner. Ben Smith, the starting free safety, moved over.
That's perfect timing. You know, that's real close to being a completion. I'm not so sure they shouldn't replay that and take a look at that. It appeared that Lofton had control, and then Hopkins came in and knocked the ball loose.
Anthony Edwards will return for Philadelphia. Rick Tootin is on to punt. Former Eagle, as a matter of fact. And that's a good one. Edwards at the 15. And that has been a problem area for Philadelphia this year, punt returns. Not a bad one this time by Anthony Edwards. 45-yard punt, 11 on the return. It's 24-0. 12.5 remaining in the first half of play, already 24-0. Just a moment ago, Andre Reed with a near catch. It was reviewed.
It was reviewed, and they said that obviously Lofton did not have possession, but that to me looks like a catch and a fumble. There's the grab. Watch Hopkins come in. Lofton even took 2 steps there after he caught the ball.
Now Philadelphia has it back, first down. They toss it to Heath Sherman. Gets a block from Miller, comes left. And is knocked down at the 28-yard line. Heath Sherman, who earlier this season had back-to-back games of more than 100 yards in each.
And one of the most difficult things for a team that's trailing by a score like this is to change momentum. Obviously the Bills have it all right now, and the way you change momentum is with a big play, either a pass play or look for Cunningham to make a long run. But the Eagles have to do something to get momentum on their side.
2nd and 9. Here's a guy who could do it. Gets a block from Tony. Gets another downfield block. There's the big play for Philadelphia. Randall Cunningham's longest run from scrimmage this year, a career long, was 52. That time, he's only 2 yards short.
Well, he is the most dangerous player in the entire game, and this is why. He can go in the pocket, read the defense, and throw it, or he can just take off running, and he runs better than any quarterback ever has once he's across the line of scrimmage. He sets his blocks up well, and then at the end of it, he'll get as much as he possibly can and get out of bounds. But that's the big play the Eagles need. Now they need to capitalize on it, get 6 points.
That was good for 50. Ball at the 21. Tony up the middle, inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. We were chatting with Randall Cunningham last night. He has an outside chance of becoming the first quarterback to ever throw for 4,000 yards and rush for 1,000. He said he thought the 1,000 yards rushing was more, he could get closer to that than he could 4,000 throwing.
And, you know, the thing about Cunningham is he's so concerned with winning. He won't start thinking about getting those 1,000 yards probably until the last game of the year if he's within reach at that time.
Yeah, second half against Phoenix on December 30th, maybe. 2nd and 7. Play fake. Good fake by Cunningham. In the end zone. Touchdown. Keith Jackson. Who held out for a couple of weeks, came back, said, I want to save that man's job, Buddy Ryan. And he just grabbed his 6th touchdown catch of the year.
Well, Cunningham is going to fake the ball to Tony. Does a nice job of hiding it in his stomach, and now he just whips it out there. His tight end is open in the end zone. He survives the big hit from Hagee, and it's a touchdown for the Eagles, just what they needed to get back into this thing.
Roger Ruzek will try the extra point. No good. That's his 2nd miss this season. He had been good on 33 of 34. Thus far, the homecoming has been anything but pleasant for Buddy Ryan, who began his collegiate coaching career in this city. Cornelius Bennett and his Buffalo teammates. Cornelius enjoyed watching his alma maters win over Auburn yesterday. And a spot in the Fiesta Bowl. Alabama beat Auburn. Gene Stallings. Keith Jackson just caught the touchdown toss to put Philadelphia on the board. It's 24-6 after the missed extra point. Now Roger Ruzek will kick off. That's very short into that strong wind. Don Smith. And good downfield coverage at the 28. Let's go back and watch the play action pass that set up the touchdown.
Well, we're in the red zone here. Here's Cornelius Bennett and Keith Jackson. Bennett should try to hold up Jackson, but he doesn't. Jackson gets off the line of scrimmage clean. There's the fake that holds the other linebackers inside there. Cunningham looks off the secondary just long enough to sneak this ball in for the touchdown for the Eagles. And that was Cunningham's 99th career touchdown pass. So we've got a little duel going there, too, between he and Jim Kelly.
We thought we would. At the 28. Don Beebe has come in as a wide receiver now. That's McKellar in motion. Hand off to Thurman Thomas. And Joyner makes the initial contact behind the line. And is given credit for the tackle. Jerome Brown, number 99, also back up. Mike Pitts, of course, injured for the Eagles. Mike Golick has taken his spot. And now the no-huddle offense, and Thomas comes out wide to the right. Shotgun formation. Kelly deep left side, man wide open. Beebe the speedster. And he had turned Eric Allen around, and Kelly knew he had him. Beebe, who has been bothered by a hamstring this year.
Boy, and Jim Kelly would love to have that one back. That's his first long throw with the wind at his back. And, you know, Verne, I'm a little bit confused. I thought it was easier to score with the wind at your back than going into it. But all our scores today have been going dead into this 25-mile-an-hour wind.
James Lofton. And here's the pass complete. A flag is also down. Thurman Thomas with a catch. There are 2 flags on the field. 12 yards at the play stands.
May have been somebody lining up off sides or illegal motion. That hurry-up offense tough on the referees, too.
Disregard the flag. There is no foul.
Why?
I wish they would tell us why.
Yeah, if they saw something and they throw a flag and then they pick it up, we ought to have the right to know why.
Here's the effect of the wind today, and it's a strong breeze. We've seen those shoe boxes being thrown around today. And if you missed the NFL today, you missed Dan throwing one right on target, a shoebox that is, 67 yards with the wind. Well,
and now they take the ball back to the original line of scrimmage, and they're disregarding the completion of Thomas. What's going on?
We had a substitution by the offensive team, and we had a quick snap by the offensive team. The defensive team did not have time to substitute. We have a warning to the coach. It is 4 down and do-over.
thank you, Mr. Dooley. James Lofton, a medical report from the bench. A thigh contusion, C-O-N-T, and he may not return. He's had a big day already. They'll go deep again. Wide open. Dropped. Beebe. Well, Dan, you said you thought Kelly would like to have the play over. He did.
And he threw it perfectly, and Don Beebe flat dropped it. Kelly laid it out there, and he made the proper adjustment, knowing the wind is at his back. And Don Beebe just couldn't come up with a grab. He was probably thinking about his end zone dance or something.
Tootin will punt it. And Anthony Edwards back at the 30-yard line. Eagles coming with a full rush. Edwards, fair catch made at the 33-yard line. Well, Don Beebe, the speedster, a third-round draft choice last year.
The middle of the field is wide open, and that's where Kelly's going to throw it. He leads his receiver perfectly. I don't see a defensive back there. Eric Allen must be on the ground somewhere. But Beebe, it appeared that he quit running to the ball. The ball's kind of sailing away from him, and it looked like he was surprised that the ball wasn't closer to his body. I don't think he got a case of the alligator arms there. I think he just misjudged it.
Eagles scored against the wind last time they had it. Here's Keith Byers' second carry, and he plunges up the middle across the 40 near the 43-yard line. Tackle is made by Carlton Bailey, who has replaced Ray Bentley at linebacker.
And I'm kind of wondering why the Eagles aren't into their hurry-up offense. I think they could have the same type of results that the Bills have had so far today.
Rich Kotite, the offensive coordinator.
A lot of time left. 17-point, or actually 18-point difference with that extra point that was missed. A convertible look.
That's the backup fullback. And the measurement proves it's short, 2nd and 1. Well, Miami losing to Washington. Cincinnati has gone on top of Pittsburgh. Steve DeBerg threw an 86-yard pass in that Kansas City game. The Rams beating Cleveland. What a year for Cleveland.
The Rams may be back after that big win last week against the Niners.
Maybe too late. 2nd and 1. Tony has the first down. Well, what's your goal now, Dan, if you're Philadelphia? Just cut the lead in half? Just get one more score?
Well, you know, there's just under 9 minutes to go. With the Eagles' defense, they have an ability to make turnovers and to score off them as well. The Bills have not been executing with the wind at their back. They should have had another touchdown on Beebe's drop pass, but the Eagles, they can get a lot of points in a hurry, both offensively and defensively.
They have a 1st and 10 now with 8:30 to go in the first half. Byers out of the backfield. Darryl Talley hits him up on top, but that's across the 50 to the 44, and Ray Bentley, number 50, who's back in there with the tackle.
Gain of 9 of the 2nd and 1.
Randall Cunningham now 4 out of 8.
Well, Byers is so dangerous from so many different positions. This time he lines up as a halfback and runs the option route against Talley. Does a nice job of getting inside and getting close to the first down.
44-yard line. Byers 61 catches. 3 today. Anthony Tony, who has really become more of a blocking back in the recent scheme of things, but he gets the carry there, and he runs into Carlton Bailey, number 54.
He may be more of a blocking back now, but earlier in the year he did gain over 100 yards rushing against the Rams. In fact, Sherman has 2 100-yard rushing games, and of course Cunningham has one, and he may be on his way to having another here today. So the Eagles can hurt you on the ground.
24-6 with 7:18 to go first half. 1st and 10, Philadelphia. And this time Byers is hit right at the snap by Darryl Talley. Marv Levy said yesterday Bennett and Smith are getting a lot of notoriety, publicity, all of it positive, but Darryl Talley has been our most consistent defensive player.
And really the most underrated of their defensive players, maybe the most underrated or at least unknown defensive star in the NFL. Talley coming on the blitz here, and that's just an outstanding, intuitive play by Darryl Talley.
2nd and 9. Cunningham with the audible at the line of scrimmage. Lobs it left. That ought to be a flag. Yeah, there are 2 of them. As a matter of fact, there's one on this side of the field and one on the far side of the field.
Well, I'll take the one on the near side, and you take the one on the far side.
Oh, great.
I think this near side one was pass interference.
You forget I'm the guy with the 50-year-old eyes.
Your turn.
Keith Byers hit in the small of the back on that play. Well, I saw Keith Jackson on the far side of the field turn quickly.
Number 97 and 54, defensive pass interference. First down.
That's why Keith Jackson was complaining. He was held by Cornelius Bennett.
Absolutely. This is unfortunate for Bailey because there was no way Byers was going to make this grab. But he's way too early. That's the one I called, right, Verne?
Well, with some help, I got the other one. Byers is down.
And that's the first penalty today against the Bills. And they got 2 for the price of 1.
Well, they have been an unpenalized team throughout much of the year. Time has been called because of the Byers injury.
The 91st Army-Navy game next Saturday.
Working to be the best they can be. Teammates, sponsored by the U.S. Army. In 1985, the Chicago Bears put together one of the most dominating defensive lines of all time. Tackles William Perry, number 72, and Steve McMichael, number 76, put up a massive wall in the middle, while ends Richard Dent, number 95, and Dan Hampton, number 99, made the flanks unreachable. Individually, each has known stardom. Together as teammates, they helped win a Super Bowl. And
Who's on CBS next Sunday, a big doubleheader. Dan and I will have the pleasure of being in New York for Minnesota and the Giants. 49ers at Cincinnati and Phoenix at Atlanta. Then the second game, most of you will watch the Chicago Bears at the Washington Redskins. Washington still alive for a playoff spot, and they have a 21-0 lead right now. Chicago struggling against Detroit, but that's a big one as the second half of our doubleheader next week. 24-6 here, 6:28 to go first half. It's 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Keith Byers has been helped to the bench. We'll get a report. Cunningham in the flat. That's Fred Barnett, his rookie wide receiver from Arkansas State. And Barnett refuses to go down and is inside the 20-yard line. 17-yard gain.
Well, Cunningham, first of all, does an outstanding job of reading the coverage and coming down to his outlet receiver. This time it is Barnett on the sidelines. You see the good read and the good protection, but this is outstanding effort by Barnett as he sets an NFL record for spins here. There's 1, 2. He's getting a little bit of help here as he goes through that revolving door of Hank Stram's and picks up about 6 more yards.
And getting a little dizzy. Keith Byers, a bruised knee, but he's right back in the lineup. 1st and 10 inside the 20 after that 17-yard gain. Cunningham changing the play. He has to call timeout.
Yeah, the one thing he can't change is the clock keeps running all the way down to 2 seconds. That play clock got him. You saw a lot of confusion there as he's trying to straighten out his running backs. And then he has to turn around, read the defense, and get the cadence going. So that's a smart timeout by Randall Cunningham. It's always good to go over the sidelines and go to the source, go to the expert. You have a chance to stand there and listen to what the coach wants, knowing that the coach is in communication with the other coaches in the press box. Kotite is getting information as to what type of defense the Bills are in, and now he can tell that directly to Cunningham. And so when he calls the play, he'll say, this is, you want to look for this safety here or that linebacker, and it's a real benefit to call a timeout in that situation.
Randall Cunningham, of course, worked under Ted Plum as the offensive coordinator last year, and said last night he thought this discipline, he liked Ted Plum's offense, but this one was a little more disciplined.
Yeah, and it's discipline, and yet it allows Cunningham to add lift. So a contradiction in terms there, but everything's working fine, at least up to this point for the Eagles this year.
1st and 10, 5:31 to go, first half. It's 24-6 Buffalo. Play fake again. Cunningham for Jackson at the 10. Looks for blocking help and has a 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. John Hagee made the stop, number 22.
And that was really well time spent on the sidelines, because this is an unusual little bootleg here. You saw Jackson come in on motion and then reverse his field, and he is wide open. Really well designed play by Kotite, and this gives the Eagles the ball inside the 5-yard line.
Keith Jackson, 2 catches now for 34 yards, 1 a touchdown. 1st and goal from the 3. Cunningham dropped. Bruce Smith. And that is the 6th game this year in which Bruce Smith has registered 2 sacks.
He's on the end of the line of scrimmage, coming with Talley, and with his quickness, he beats the guard there. That was Tamburello trying to come out and get him. Cunningham never sees him. He starts to feel him and sense him coming from behind, but then it's too late.
15 sacks for Bruce Smith. He came in behind Derek Thomas by 2. Fumble, free ball. Talley chases it. Eagles recover. Heath Sherman. And given the strength of this wind, they're getting, sounds ludicrous because they're back at the 22, but they're almost getting out of field goal range.
Well, it's amazing what a sack will do. Cunningham pulls out a little bit too soon there. It was a good snap from Alexander. Now the ball is kicked out like a rugby scrum, and heads-up play by Heath Sherman, because Darryl Talley was breathing down his neck looking for that recovery for himself.
A 1st and goal at the 3 has now become a 3rd and goal from the 22. Here comes Smith. There goes Cunningham. And the Eagles will have to settle for a field goal after Leonard Smith makes the tackle.
Cunningham may have made a mistake when he decided to run. He doesn't make a mistake by stepping up in this pocket because Smith is coming again. But right here, he should have pulled up and looked for a receiver. 3rd down, you got to try and throw that ball into the end zone, get that touchdown. Now he's going to have to settle for a very iffy field goal going into this win.
Ruzek, 32-yard attempt into the breeze. Eagles will hold. And Buffalo adept at blocking field goals as well as punts. High snap. Got it. Boy, he line drive that one. Ruzek puts 3 more points on the board. So Philadelphia does get something out of it. It's 24-9. Buddy was reminiscing last night about becoming the defensive line coach at the University of Buffalo. He was the head coach at Gainesville High School in Texas. Said he had an offer to become the defensive coach with the Buffalo Bills, but the University of Buffalo gave him a $2,000 raise. That got him up to $11,000.
And at the time, he was making more than a head coach at a rival school.
At Boston College.
Yeah, so.
Tell you what, $11,000 in '64 wasn't bad.
You know, and especially for a defensive coordinator, I bet at the time that he had a few more titles tacked on to that. He told us last night, instead of money in those days, they just give you a new title.
Among those whom he tried to recruit was a young guy out of Schenectady High School in New York who played both basketball and football. And Pat Riley said, I think I'll play basketball and then go on and I'll coach the Los Angeles Lakers.
Pretty good move there. Good decision. I think it paid off.
Got him into television. Kick taken by Don Smith. And the one-time Tampa Bay second-round draft choice who's made a big impact as a role player for Buffalo. Brings it back across the 30 to the 32.
The Eagles have captured the momentum right now in this ball game. They've scored on both their possessions here in the second quarter. In fact, they've outgained the Bills 141-12. Important now, if the Eagles are going to have any chance, they've got to keep Buffalo off the scoreboard. They're only down by 15 at this point.
James Lofton is back in the lineup. He was spotted by a thigh contusion. Kelly back, bumps once across the middle for Andre Reed. And Reed is down at the 38-yard line, 2:25 to go first half. No huddle offense again. Blocked. Mike Golick, number 90, got a paw up and put the pass on the ground. Leonard Smith, Shane Conlon going over some defensive adjustments on the sideline.
Well, they got all kinds of things going on. They got war paint on their face, and they've been all been to the barber, get the little razor cuts in the hair.
Blitz coming from the outside, pass incomplete. And that stops the clock with 2:05 to go. And it'll be fourth down. So the Eagles will get the ball back for one last offensive opportunity. And they have 2 timeouts left.
And they'll get a free one here at the 2-minute warning or the change of possession. Watch for the Eagles to put some pressure on this punt, though.
Interesting, Philadelphia has not blocked a kick yet this year, either punt or field goal. Frizzell coming from the outside. That takes a Buffalo bounce. And Edwards goes away from it. Oh, boy. Inside the 10, a 53-yard punt for a guy who's only averaging 37.9 yards per punt. That'll help out. 1:54 to go in the first half.
My brother Tom needed one hand for his TV remote, one for his VCR.
The other for my cable.
Then he got this Magnavox Universal Remote. It's so smart, it controls the TV it came with, plus just about any other...
About 37 yards a punt. This is about a 34-yarder where it hits the ground at the 28-yard line. Edwards has to come up and make this grab because the ball will roll to a stop at the 9. That's a 19-yard mistake by the punt returner there. I mean, it's so difficult to drive the length of the field from 80 yards away. From 81, it's almost impossible.
First and 10. Myers in motion. Trying a trap play, and Keith Herman gets trapped. Bruce Smith. Well, he did not practice all week because of a bruised knee. Sure has bothered him.
Yeah, at this time of year, that's not unusual for these star players to take a day off or two, especially if they are nicked up a little bit.
Out of the shotgun, Cunningham back. And what a pop put by Cornelius Bennett on Heath Sherman. I would think now uppermost in Cunningham's mind is avoid the turnover.
Well, and Sherman's hoping that he avoids calling his number, too.
Got his helmet off.
He's checking for his teeth.
Sherman never moved. Sherman still did not have his helmet adjusted when the ball was snapped.
And I think we have a false start on the Eagle offensive line. Looked like the left tackle, Ron Heller, but can you really blame him? He's been catching a real draft going by him all afternoon, and Bruce Smith.
Gosh, that was strange. The ball was snapped. Sherman was looking down at his chin strap.
We have a false start on the guard and the tackle on the offense. It's third down.
Tom Dooley is not from the northeastern part of the United States.
Think he's chilly. There's Tamburello, number 61. And both he and Heller moved too soon, but look who they're blocking, and look who still gets between them on his way to the quarterback.
From the 5, 3rd and 14.
Trying to get the clock set.
Will the clock operator please reset the clock for 1 minute and 10 seconds?
Hope they don't have to run this down from 5 minutes.
Tom's getting a little testy, isn't he?
He's cold. Third and 14.
Boy, Cunningham has to be real careful here not to just put it up for grabs. A turnover here will kill the Eagles.
And a sack in the end zone is not outside the realm of thought. Here comes Smith. There's Cunningham. Dodges left and puts it way downfield for Fred Barnett, who has the catch. And the race is on. There are no flags. A 95-yard touchdown.
Well, Verne, this type of play just defies description. Cunningham knows he's in trouble in the pocket. He knew that Bruce Smith was coming, and he just makes a play that only he can make. Boy, all the air's gone out of this stadium. And you know, they don't have a replay board here for these 80,000 folks. They're really going to have to wait till the 11 o'clock news to catch one of the great plays of all time.
95 yards, longest pass in the NFL this season. The second longest in Philadelphia history. Ron Jaworski to Mike Quick against the Falcons in 1985. 99 yards. And that was so near to being a safety.
That's a 9-point play is what it is. Cunningham will be looking at the rush almost immediately. He knows where he is on the football field, and then just watch his escapability. How does Smith miss him there with the left hand? And now his eyes go downfield looking for his receiver, and Barnett is way down there. He throws this ball again into the wind about 60 yards. There's the alley-oop. Jamie Williams can't make the play. And then that world-class speed of Barnett's, it's all over. The Eagles are in the end zone.
And I'm thinking back to something that Fred Barnett told us last night. After the workout in Philadelphia yesterday, Randall Cunningham called the two rookie wide receivers, Williams and Barnett, together and said, look, guys, you're going to be in this league for a long, long time, and I plan to be here for another 10 years. And together we work hard, we can become the team of the 90s.
The thing about Cunningham is he's so inspirational, and he really appreciates that effort of his young rookie. Outstanding play. I could watch that play 1,000 times. Smith had him dead in the end zone, took a swipe at him with his left arm. Cunningham ducks, gets out of trouble, throws the ball 60 yards down the field, and they get a touchdown.
And you know what else, Dan?
What?
There was no in the grass call. Don Smith out of bounds at the 31. Well, what an amazing turnaround. 24 points by the Buffalo Bills in the first quarter into the wind. 16 points by Randall Cunningham and the Philadelphia Eagles in the second quarter into the wind.
And it's really a strong wind. It's about 25 miles an hour. And it is blowing right at the quarterback here, but Smith working extremely hard. Cunningham took a glance back and saw him, and then the throw is just incredible.
It was James Williams, the #1 draft choice, who tried to outleap Fred Barnett for the ball and didn't get there. And here's BB behind him this time. And Ben Smith had pretty good coverage on that. At the half, Greg and Terry with scores and highlights from around the National Football League on this week 13. And we've got a 24-16 score here. Kelly, who hit his first 8 in a row, is one of his last 7. He'll run it. Well, he's not that much of a running threat. As a matter of fact, for the season, his counterpart, Randall Cunningham, is averaging 55 yards per game. Jim Kelly had 55 yards for the season on the ground coming in. And they will run out the clock now. They're stunned.
Well, and you look back to that missed extra point. The Eagles will call timeout now because they have a chance of going down and getting more points perhaps, or at least trying to block a punt. But it looked, 24 unanswered points for the Buffalo Bills. And the Eagles have responded like champions that they hope to be.
Understand that we're having some audio and video problems from our transmission, and our technicians are working on those. We'll get them corrected just as soon as possible. 24-16 the score, 22 seconds to go in the first half of play. And Jim Kelly having used one of the timeouts for Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm sure that Cunningham will remember that play
for
forever.
a lifetime.
Yeah, and he should, because that's his 100th career touchdown pass. What's he going to do for an encore? I would hope to watch his 200th someday. I'm sure he'll reach that plateau.
Must be the shoestrings.
Yeah, he's got gold tassels on his shoestrings.
He's wearing brand new shoes today. Shoestrings, rather. Gold tips on the shoestrings.
You never know.
Kelly hit by Reggie White as he lets it go. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
And that time the Eagles came with an all-out blitz, and they almost forced the turnover that would have given the Eagles excellent field position. As it is now, with just 17 seconds to go and the wind at Tootin's back, it's going to be tough for the Eagles to get more points, but they didn't do too bad from that 5-yard line back there, did they?
How about the difference in quarters? And we hate to keep harping on it, but that 1 for 9 for 7 yards has come with the wind behind him. Now, Don Beebe did miss a sure touchdown. Here's Tootin with the punt. Fair catch call. No, oh boy. Well, that's been a problem area for the Eagles all year, and it certainly hasn't been solved.
Well, maybe that's part of their plan. They want to get Randall backed up.
Sure.
Have him run around and throw another bomb.
Rick Tootin's got to be loving this. That's a 56-yard punt.
And a 16-yard bounce, so he's leading the league in bounces, too. He's got 35 yards in bounces today.
Kansas City rolling over New England. Rick Tootin, who was with the Eagles last year. And it's 24-16, the ball on the 10.
Well, I guarantee you one thing. The Bills will not blitz Cunningham. They're going to play so deep to prevent any type of bomb again.
And Randall Cunningham and the Eagles are going to be content to go in trailing by only 8 points.
You bet they are.
Well, a tale of 2 quarters. Buffalo owned the first. That man owned the second. Rich Kotite's offensive plans worked to perfection. In quarter number 2, it's halftime with our score 24-16.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz, engineered like no other car in the world. Isotoner gloves for men, the perfect gift because they're the perfect fit. And by Magnavox, smart choices for smart people. Magnavox, smart, very smart. For food, folks, and fun. And by Xerox, the document company.
80,000 gathered at Rich Stadium in Buffalo on a perfectly delightful winter afternoon, 24-16. And I think, Dan, most of the 80,000 are Buffalo fans and thus are stunned by what they saw on that 3rd and 14 play. Randall Cunningham for 95 yards.
Well, they're up 24-0, and this will make it 24-16. And Randall Cunningham has given the Eagles back the momentum. And great players have to make great plays. And Cunningham, this is his 2nd of the day. But it's all because he just kept trying. Good things happen when you try. That's what it's all about. And the effort here by Cunningham and then Barnett to keep his eyes on the ball. James Williams had a real good shot at knocking this one down. But Barnett is there trying to hang on to that ball. Almost dropped it a couple of times.
And then how about the celebration in the end zone? I think he learned this at Arkansas State.
Well, Arkansas Fred, as Buddy Ryan calls him. I'm not sure what you call that one. I do know what you call Cunningham's reaction.
Well, for style points, Randall Cunningham gets a little higher grade. And I'm sure that Byron Evans, who had that celebrated dance in the end zone in the win over New York last week, is going to give Barnett some advice on how to do the celebration. 24-16, Philadelphia obviously right back in it. Buffalo seems stunned, really.
Well, I think they have a good reason to be stunned because they had this game put away. Whenever you have a 24-point lead, you should win the ball game. I remember back when we played that great game against the Miami Dolphins, we jumped out 24-0 in the first quarter, and it took us about 4 more hours to get that one to where we put it in the win column. But the Bills, they've been very successful on offense that first quarter. They had a tremendous game plan. Remember, Jim Kelly threw 3 long passes, 1 to James Lofton for a touchdown, and then 1 to Andre Reed for a touchdown. So this game is long from being over. It's going to be a heck of a second half. 24-16
right now, and we'll bring you up to date statistically on what happened. 235 yards in the second quarter for Philadelphia, so an 8-point difference in the score, a 10-yard difference in the total yardage, as those 2 quarters were just absolutely dissimilar. And Randall Cunningham, who threw for the 95-yarder, celebrating on the sideline. Jim Kelly hit his first 8 passes of the ball game, 3 for touchdowns, and then ran into a little bit of a slump. 1 for 9 for 7 yards in quarter number 2. And Philadelphia will receive the ball with the wind behind them. That has not been an advantage in this ball game, but they will have the ball and the wind in quarter number 3. Thomas Sanders is the deep man back. Scott Norwood has it blow off the tee. 24-16. Short. Sanders runs into Brett Hager. And I don't think Brett Hager wanted to catch the ball.
But he made a good play on the ball and made the grab and got tackled by his own man.
Hager celebrating the University of Texas's win over Texas A&M yesterday. His alma mater, and Texas, of course, in the Cotton Bowl on New Year's Day to be seen on CBS. That was a heck of a ball game yesterday, the Aggies and Texas. And Hager explaining to special teams coach Al Roberts, look, I didn't want to catch it. I felt like I had to. Randall Cunningham, first quarter, second quarter, 158 yards and 2 TDs in quarter number 2. Jackson caught 1, Barnett caught the other. Play fake. Randall Cunningham will run it. Gets a good block from Keith Byers on Shane Conlon. Oh, what a pop. And all of us remember last week when Byers put the block on Pepper Johnson, his former teammate and best man at his wedding.
Boy, whenever Cunningham is out there running, as he was on that play, defensive players have 2 things to worry about. Number 1, of course, is trying to make the tackle on Cunningham. But the other thing now is these Eagle receivers and running backs are really getting adept at getting some career hits on some of these linebackers.
Cunningham was 66 yards, 50 came on 1 scamper. Second down and 7. Play fake again. Lobs it deep. Double coverage. John Hagee picks it off. No, it's incomplete. I thought Hagee had it.
I think he thought he had it too, but this was a nice job by Hagee to come up and make the play on the ball. Cunningham got away with one there, tried to lob it down the field. Hagee goes right over the back of Calvin Williams here, avoids the contact, kind of. Then he hits the ground, never had possession before he hit the ground. Good read on the play by Hagee, just couldn't come up with a grab.
3rd and 7. Hagee like Brett Hager, a graduate of the University of Texas. Motion on the right side. They'll bring it back. And Byers is hit from behind by Shane Conlon, so he got a little return, and then Leonard Smith comes over to.
They're going to get Reggie Singletary, the right tackle, for moving early on this one.
We have a false start. 68 offense. Third down.
He just rocked back in his stance a little bit too early there. Easy call for the officials. He's blocking against Cornelius Bennett, trying to get that edge. But Cunningham's incomplete pass that Hagee broke up snapped a 6-in-a-row streak for Randall. And again, quarterbacks are having a tough time with the wind at their back today.
3rd and 12. Opening series of the second half. David Alexander comes up. Ron Solt at right guard. Ben Tamburello on the left side. 5-man rush. Cunningham has Calvin Williams wide open. And that should be good enough with forward progress for the first down on 3rd and 12. Calvin Williams, the second of the rookie wide receivers.
Really heads-up play by Williams at the end of this play. After he makes the grab, he's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. He's on the outside here. Cunningham delivers the ball well, but now he knows he's shy of that marker, and he just turns it straight up the field and picks up the first down. That's a heady play for a rookie.
First down at the 35. First reception for Williams in the ballgame. Oh, he's Sherman. By Leonard Smith with a stiff arm and still running. What a big play, and something collapsed on the right side. Keith Jackson and Keith Byers slap helmets because they got a couple of big blocks.
Well, the thing that collapsed on the right side, it's because of this blocking here by Jackson and Byers. Watch as they come down and seal off Cornelius Bennett, and there is nobody on the outside. Fine job by Sherman with the left hand right to the side of Smith's head, and he picks up about an extra 15.
Gary Baldinger, number 92, and at nose tackle was giving chase. It's first down. And that's Sherman again, the one-time 6th-round draft choice from Texas A&I. Well, as we said, the winning streak for the Eagles, which now numbers 5, began when their ground game suddenly came around. And it was Sherman and Tony who supplied most of it.
And this game is very similar to the way their season has gone. They started off the season 1-3. That's kind of like being down 24-0 in the first quarter. But they've put together 5 wins in a row, and they've got things going right now.
2nd and 3. They trail by 8. Byers in motion. Sherman, Byers with the block again. And Ray Bentley misses the tackle, and Sherman is inside the 20 to the 17. Bentley, number 50, had a clean shot and missed it.
I don't think that the Bills realize how strong Heath Sherman is. Byers has an outstanding block again on this play, but Bentley has Sherman right there, and again the strength. Look at those legs driving. He runs a lot like a crab, they say. He's a low down runner, good center, low center of gravity. He's having a heck of an afternoon. 1st
and 10, 24-16 Buffalo. Philadelphia threatening now with a first down. Williams in motion. Yep. A flag is down. Maybe a procedure call.
63 offense. First down.
That's Darrell Smith, number 63. Who is occupying the spot that was started by Ben Tamburello. Tamburello's in there, number 61. Smith. Ron Heller is out.
Yeah, Smith is in there for Ron Heller. And this was a substitution made by the coaches at halftime. The Eagles do not have a whole lot of offensive linemen.
Ron Heller did such a great job on Lawrence Taylor last week, but Bruce Smith has 2 sacks already. And it's 1st and 15. Blitz. Cunningham across the middle. Crossing pattern knocked away. Nate Odoms, number 37. And Barnett and Odoms exchange words. 2nd and 15. Odoms not shy, says he thinks he's the best cornerback in the NFL. 2nd-round draft choice a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and he's going to have to put up some more numbers as far as interceptions are concerned. Only has 1 on the year.
2nd and 15. 3-man rush by Buffalo. A across the middle and caught at the 15-yard line. That'll bring up a third down.
Complete to Keith Jackson.
Shane Conlon makes the tackle on Keith Jackson.
The Bills decided to drop back 8 men in the pass coverage. And why not? You're getting burned by long pass plays. And here you see once the grab is made, there are plenty of Bills there to make the tackle. Keep the Eagles out of the end zone and bring up this 3rd and long.
This will be the 9th play of the drive. 4 minutes elapsed off the clock. The big play thus far in the drive was a 3rd and 12 pass for 13 yards to Calvin Williams. Right now, it's 3rd and 10. 4-man rush in the corner, fade pattern, a battle, and a flag down. Leonard Smith, number 46.
Well, they tried to go man-to-man this time after having success playing zone. And Smith is locked up with Keith Jackson on the corner route. They're going to get Smith for pass interference. Put the ball in the 1-yard line.
We have pass interference. Number 46 defense in the end zone. Philadelphia's ball, 1st down on the 1-yard line.
Left side of the screen outside is Keith Jackson, and he's going to the corner. And there's the face guard. There's the contact. Smith tries to turn around at the last second, but it's too late. The flag is on its way.
1st and goal from the 1. Tony, no gain. The Eagles have only scored 8 touchdowns on the ground this year, and 4 of those have been by the quarterback, Randall Cunningham.
Shane Conlon is number 58. Watch how he fills this hole here and makes the stop on Anthony Toney. Then he gets help from the rest of those blue shirts, and that may be one reason why the Eagles haven't scored a lot of touchdowns on the run this year.
Tried to go over Solt and Singletary that time. We'll see what they have in mind here. 2nd and goal. 24-16 Buffalo. Play fake. Cunningham threw it away. 3rd and goal. Intended for Mickey Schuler, the 2nd tight end. More or less.
Cunningham did a nice job of realizing that his primary receiver right here, Heath Sherman, falls down right about here. Watch the fake to the fullback Toney, and then Sherman comes out on his pass route, and he's just going to go right down onto the ground. Cunningham has no other choice but to just let this one fly.
3rd and goal from the 1. Cunningham caught. Touchdown, Keith Byers.
And this is Byers' first touchdown of the year. Cunningham with the play action, little rollout here. Byers reads the coverage, stops dead in his tracks, communicates with his quarterback non-verbally, and gets the touchdown.
And Roger Ruzek is on to try the extra point. The opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And Philadelphia has scored 23 unanswered points. The difference in the game, as a matter of fact, is a missed Roger Ruzek extra point.
The Xerox Total Satisfaction Guarantee.
House at Bridge Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, measuring nearly 80,000, has watched in stunned silence now as the Philadelphia football team has scored 23 unanswered points, and they get the first touchdown scored this afternoon with the wind behind them to pull within 1. The difference, a Roger Ruzek missed extra point. It's 24-23.
A lot of worried faces on these defensive players for the Bills. You're up 24-0 like that. Randall Cunningham has made the big plays, and momentum is all on the side of the Eagles.
Don Smith is back at the 5-yard line waiting for Ruzek's kick. 24-23, 9:28 to go, 3rd quarter. This will be Smith. Stopped at the 21-yard line. Let's go back and take a look at the TD pass Cunningham to Byers.
Well, Byers is at the wingback position right here. His job is to go down and then cut to the corner, but he'll see number 31, James Williams, is covering him and has that cut off. Watches Byers, reads the coverage, and just stops. Cunningham sees him, throws him a perfect strike, touchdown Philly.
Now Jim Kelly, who had a wonderful first quarter and a mediocre second, is on for the first time in the third. And off, Thurman Thomas coming left, gets a key block, and then he is cut down by Andre Waters and turns the somersault at the 26.
And the Bills want to run to the left side. This is John Davis and Howard, the big house Ballard, coming out on the pull. Outstanding hit by Andre Waters, as this is a 1.5er and a gainer and a twister and all that right on the old noggin.
Luganis would be proud. Second down from the 26. That time it's Jamie Mueller for one of his rare carries. Mueller with only 3 carries Monday night, much more of a blocking back than a running threat. Chicago continues to lead Detroit and Washington all over Miami.
Interesting tactical move now by the Bills. Ted Marchibroda, the offensive coordinator, had his offense in a hurry-up offense, having all those points scored in that first quarter. Here they start the second half, and they're going back into the huddle and changing things completely.
And just another note, Jesse Small is back in the lineup defensively. He had been replaced for a couple of series by Al Harris. Third down. Pass is caught. Crossing route again. Andre Reed, first down at the 40. Tackle made by Eric Allen. That's a gain of 13.
Reed is playing with a very sore left ankle, and yet he continues to go into no man's land across that middle, making big catches for his quarterback.
Saw Bruce Smith on the sideline with 2 sacks already today, 15 for the year. He's playing with a bruised knee. Reed goes right, Lofton comes left. First and 10 from the 40, 24-23 Buffalo. No blitz. Thurman Thomas for a yard. Seth Joyner with the tackle.
Second and 8.
And David Alexander getting a little shade. That seems unnecessary. It's cool enough. Second down. On the ground now, Thomas with 36 yards. Mueller with 2. Tough to run against this Philadelphia defense. Second and 9. And Kelly will throw with the blitz coming. And the pass complete to Thurman Thomas. Eric Allen can't make the tackle. More blocks downfield. First down at the 23.
Well, this is the big play the Bills needed to get some confidence back for their side of the ball. Kelly will read the blitz and get rid of the ball quickly. Joyner is free. He knocks the quarterback down, but Wes Hopkins has a play on the ball right there. He stumbles, and now Thomas has the ball in the secondary, and he moves the ball all the way down to the 23.
That's a gain of 35. Andre Waters missed the tackle at first, and then Eric Allen got caught, turned around. And Thomas with 2 catches now, first and 10 at the 23. Jamie Mueller in motion. Play fake. Kelly goes to a secondary receiver, Kenneth Davis, and Davis has a first down at the 11. Joyner and Golick with the tackle.
You expected this type of game coming in because both offenses are 1-2 in the league in scoring, and right now the Bills have got something going again. They were flat for a long time there. That's only about their 4th first down here since that opening quarter.
First and 10 at the 11. They lead it still by 1. Kelly now 12 of 20 for 295 yards. He has not had a 300-yard passing game this year. One of only a handful of quarterbacks in the league who have to make that play. Pass left, Kenneth Davis. He won't get it on this play. Had lost yardage to the 15.
Well, this is a nice catch and heck of an effort by Kenneth Davis, but he'd be better off letting this one go. They lose about 4 or 5 yards on the play. Plus he gets hit about 6 times. Even Smith went out of bounds, took one shot at him, and came back, got another shot at him.
Davis acquired in plan B to back up Thurman Thomas, stays in the lineup. Lofton goes left, Reed to the right, 2nd down and 14. 4:30 to go, 3rd quarter, 24-23, Buffalo leads it. 4-man rush. Kelly pumps once, pumps twice, fires, caught. Mueller at the 4-yard line, short of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down. Mueller, the hero of a come-from-behind win over the Jets earlier this year. Not known for his hands, but he spent the offseason catching 200 passes a day.
Just so that he could make that one grab against the Jets that gave the Bills that last-second victory.
Now the chess game as Jeff Fisher tries to make the defensive call. This will be the 9th play of the drive. 3rd and goal from just inside the 4. Blitz. Had to throw it away. They got to Kelly. And that's Clyde Simmons who's getting it into him with Jim Kelly. I don't think there are flags down. No flags yet.
Boy, and a lot of people would think that's a mismatch, a defensive lineman trying to beat up a little old quarterback. Well, this ain't a little old quarterback. This guy goes about 235. Good job by the Eagles coming on the blitz. There is Simmons. He'll take the quarterback all the way to the ground, pins his shoulder. I'm sure Kelly did not like that.
Kelly had his hand on the face mask. And now Scott Norwood from 21 yards out. Got it. He's 2 for 2 for the day. So the challenge answered by the Buffalo Bills. The long drive results in 3 points and a 4-point lead. Up in quarter number 3 until this afternoon, Jim Kelly had not thrown for 300 yards. Seth Joyner, Jeff Fisher, Byron Evans talk over the problems that they had on that last Buffalo drive. That resulted in a Scott Norwood field goal and a 4-point edge, 27-23. Again, the short kick into the wind. And a fair catch call. You can do that, of course, on a kick. A fair catch called by Edwards.
But you can't change your mind.
No, and then he started to run.
Absolutely. Edwards made the nice play with the fair catch, but then he said, oh, well, hey, I got a little running room here. I might have to take off.
3:25 to go in the 3rd quarter. That is next Sunday, and on Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock Eastern time, one of the highlights of any college football season, the Army-Navy game for Philadelphia. At 2 o'clock Eastern, Army and Navy. And I have a question for you. Why is it not the Navy-Army game?
It must be alphabetical.
That's it.
Or maybe because there's more Army guys than Navy guys.
Well, I like, I think the first answer is appropriate.
All right.
27-23 Buffalo. Calvin Williams in motion, followed by James Williams. The Eagles hand it off on the running play on the right. Now, if you joined us late, you missed a whale of a ball game, but we'll try and get you caught up on how we scored. 2nd play of the game, Lofton, 63 from Kelly, 7-0 Buffalo. Norwood, 43-yard field goal, 10-0. Reed, 56 from Kelly, 17-zip. Thomas, a 4-yard pass from Kelly. That was all at the end of the 1st quarter, and then the Eagles came back. Jackson caught an 18-yarder, extra point, no good. Ruzek from 32 with a field goal. That was followed by a Barnett 95-yard touchdown pass play. And then in this quarter, Byers a 1-yard pass. Norwood just kicked the field goal to make it 27-23. Nice cut block left side, pass deep left side. Barnett is hit, sandwiched, can't hang on. John Hagee is down.
Well, it's a heck of a hit by Hagee. Cunningham's trying to squeeze this one in between the underneath coverage by Odoms and the safety coming over the top. This is what they call the dead area on the football field, and we may see why. Quite a collision here for Hagee as he drills Barnett and forces the incompletion. But, you know, we get back to the Bills' secondary and how many injuries they have. Hagee is replacing Mark Kelso. He looks like he just knocked himself out on the play. He was out before he hit the ground. Then you take into consideration that Kirby Jackson did not start this game.
Chris Hale is on injured reserve.
David Poole is playing with a bad knee, and Dwight Drain has a sore ankle. So the Bills are in real deep trouble with their secondary as far as injuries are concerned.
John Hagee is still down. The medical staff is taking care of him. Time has been called. We'll be right back. Number 22, the free safety, John Hagee, walked off by himself, but Dan was alluding to the problems that secondary is having. Kelso and Hale on injured reserve. Jackson with a hamstring. Poole and Odoms also neck. It's 3rd and 8. Philadelphia trailing by 4. Bruce Smith comes across and claims that he was drawn offside. Darrell Smith has replaced Ron Hiller at left tackle.
And Smith is saying that Mickey Schuler, the tight end on that side, jumped.
Nope.
Going to lose his case.
Yeah.
Encroachment, 78 defense, 3rd down.
No Perry Mason there.
By the way, we have an update on Ron Solt. He is out of the game. Someone fell on his right ankle, so he's questionable for a return, and Bruce Colley has taken his spot. So Smith, Tamburello, and Colley in the offensive line with David Alexander and Singletary now. Colley at right guard. 3rd and 3, 27-23. Cunningham back. Cunningham sacked. Mike Lodish got him, who was inactive last week. The rookie from UCLA with his first sack as a professional.
Oh, and he'll remember it forever because you don't get after Randall Cunningham and make sacks. How about that for your very first one? And he's working against 3 guys. It appeared that Alexander just gave up on him.
No emotion from Lodish either. 4th down. Feagles with a dandy. Edwards bobbles it and is wrestled down at the 26-yard line. Tackle is made by David Bailey, a 55-yard punt and an 8-yard return. And Lodish is getting ready to get on the phone and call the folks back at UCLA.
Well, he probably reached his an incentive clause there. The Bills probably said.
That's right. $10,000 bonus, 1 sack.
Maybe 15 if you get a guy like Cunningham. He just made his day, maybe his whole year.
Here comes Buffalo, 27-23 with 2:15 to go, quarter number 3. One setback behind Kelly, play fake, a pump, and then the crossing pattern, all of that for a short pass to Pete Metzelaars. Might want to file that one and bring it out next October.
And you wonder where Reggie White has been all day. Well, this is what happens when you're considered the best in the game. Here's number 92, a little late off the ball, and then he's got a lot of company. Metzelaars and Ballard, they're keeping him away from Jim Kelly. He only has 2 tackles on the entire day.
Well, Ballard going against 340 pound, or rather White against Ballard at 340. Hand off to Thurman Thomas. They come left again. That's been their bread and butter running play, and they are out to the 35-yard line before Seth Joyner ranges over to make the tackle.
This is what all great running backs do, is they set up their blocks with a little bit of patience here. Thomas is just going to string it out to the outside, and there's the block, there's the crease, and there's the short gain. Close enough for almost to get that first down.
Thomas with 42 yards. Cornelius Bennett and Leonard Smith. James Williams hoping to get a little bit more rest if the offense can get the first down.
I don't understand what Thomas is doing standing on the sidelines, though, in this situation.
Play fake. Right side. Almost picked off by Ben Smith. The intended receiver was Pete Metzelaars. It'll be 4th down.
Obviously, the Bills were looking for pass protection out of those 2 running backs. But here, Thurman Thomas is on the sidelines. They go with the play action, trying to fool the Eagles. And that's a wonderful play by yet another Eagle rookie.
Just another element of how exciting and well played this game has been. Well played, I guess, for the most part. No turnovers thus far. And now Tootin has to punt into the wind. Keep in mind that 38-yard average of his. He's ridden the wind a couple of times. That's not a bad punt at all. Edwards, fair catch at the 27-yard line. Now let's see what's going on elsewhere in the National Football League. Back to our New York studios. Here's Greg Gumbel.
All right, Verne, first play of the 4th quarter at Soldier Field in Chicago. Bob Galliano, now in at quarterback for the Lions, has all kinds of time, 22 yards to Richard Johnson. And the point after, the Lions have taken the lead on the Bears, 17-14. Back to Rich Stadium.
All right, Greg. Well, Dan, you and I saw Chicago last week. They were soundly defeated by Minnesota, and they're having problems with Detroit.
Detroit always plays the Bears tough. Today's no exception.
27-23 here. Reggie Cunningham. Oh, picked off. Ray Bentley has it. There's the first turnover of the ball game. And that is only the 4th interception Cunningham has thrown since the 3rd week of the season. What a big one by Ray Bentley. That is his first interception of 1990.
We saw Cunningham pull off a little bit of magic earlier today. He does not get the magic trick this time. The linebackers are not fooled at all by the play action. Look at the hole that he's trying to squeeze this ball through. Bentley, nice job of reading it, getting back and making the grab, and then picking up some much-needed yardage down that sideline.
1st and 10 following the interception at the 27-yard line. Thomas comes left. Well, they're keeping away from Reggie White, and they are running at the left side.
Yeah, and it really doesn't matter who is on that left side, whether it is Jesse Small or Al Harris. The big thing is to get away from Reggie White.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with our score 27-23 Buffalo. Our coverage continues after this message from your local station. You're watching the... We are at Rich Stadium, Orchard Park, New York, just outside Buffalo. Verne Lundquist along with Dan Fouts. Buffalo and Philadelphia getting together for the first time since 1987 when they played in Philadelphia, quarter number 4. And the Bills have a 2nd down and 10 at the Philadelphia 27-yard line. Kelly back. Knocked down again. This time it was Golick for the 2nd time in the ball game. Mike Golick.
That is such a big play for a defensive lineman. Golick only has 1.5 sacks on the year, but yet today he's foiled 2 pass attempts from Jim Kelly. Just getting his hands up in the air and showing that he is a pretty good athlete. That is not an easy thing to do. You've got somebody punching you in the stomach. One of those big offensive linemen trying to keep you away from the quarterback. Nice play.
3rd and 10. 27-23. Bills lead. Blitz is coming from Hopkins. Pass right side. Lofton can't hang on. 4th down.
You won't see James Lofton drop many passes, but you look at the end of this play and watch his head. He knows he's getting close to the sideline. He's planning on getting his feet down, and I think he just takes his eye off the ball at the last second, worried about that sideline.
Scott Norwood comes on to try the field goal. His 3rd attempt. Frank Reich will hold. 45 yards out, but he does have the wind behind him. Got it. is 7 with 14:49.
506 and 540 G's.
The Buffalo Bills squandered all but 1 point of a 24-0 first quarter lead, but they have put back-to-back field goals together from Scott Norwood now at the end of the third and the beginning of the fourth, and they have a 30-27 lead. Norwood getting ready to kick off. Rick Terry of the special teams is out there to hold the ball in place. And that is a short kick considering the wind. Edwards gets it at the 18. And a modest return considering where he started. Well, how important is this game to Philadelphia and Buffalo? If the season ended today, the division champions would be the Giants, Chicago, and the 49ers. The wild cards, and there are 3 this year, would be Philadelphia, Green Bay, and Washington. But it's a wild chase, particularly for the wild card spot. The Eagles are back in the thick of it with this 5-game win streak, but they really can't afford too many more losses.
And in talking to Buddy Ryan last night, he says he wants to reel those Giants in. A win today, a Giant loss tomorrow night, they'd only be 2 back.
Myers in motion, handoff up the middle. They trap it and get about 5 out across the 30. Heath Sherman to the 23. I am fighting this terrible inclination to call Heath Sherman Sherman Heath. And I think back to our colleague Jack Buck 25 years ago when Pettis Norman was a tight end for the Cowboys. Jack couldn't get it right, and Pettis Norman became Norman Pettis throughout the Texas area. And of course Jack became Buck Jack. So this is Lundquist, Verne, and Fouts Dan.
I've been called worse.
I have too. Cunningham back. Jackson hangs on and leans forward. Looked like a sequoia being toppled. And he's got the first down at the 41.
That was an outstanding effort by Jackson, knowing that he was right at the distance needed for the first down, and he just used all his strength to fall backwards and pick it up.
Clock 13:35 remaining. The Eagles are down by 7. They got to within 1 after trailing by 24. Sherman gets by Cornelius Bennett and is knocked down at the 46-yard line. Sherman now with 10 carries for 66 yards. Cornelius Bennett, his rookie season, had a game he'll never forget against these Philadelphia Eagles the last time the two teams played. 4 sacks of Cunningham, 14 tackles, and what, 3 forced fumbles?
And 3 forced fumbles, but he did say that it was the last game of the year, and that a few of the Eagles may have had their bags packed and the motor running out in that parking lot.
There were a few pickup trucks at Vet Stadium. Second down, Cunningham back. Left side, diving catch by Jackson, first down at the 47-yard line. Ray Bentley trying to cover him, and Bentley lost him. Leonard Smith had to come over and make the stop.
And now we're seeing Kotite's offense really take hold of this ball game, because not only do the Eagles have a lot of talented people, but now they have the ability to deal the ball to all of them. Last week, Jackson was primarily a decoy against the Giants. Byers had the big afternoon. Today so far, Cunningham's been able to find all of his receivers and get him the ball.
You saw Walt Corey, the defensive coordinator of the Bills, showing a little bit of concern. 1st and 10 from the 46. Play fake. Cunningham tucks it. Bennett chases. Cunningham fumbles forward. And it is not ruled as a deliberate fumble. I wasn't sure whether it was or not. I can't imagine he could do that.
Cornelius Bennett is just going to drill him. Cunningham's trying to avoid the tackle here. Will miss with his straight arm, and Bennett gets underneath him, and he just pancakes him on the sidelines. There's the miss by the straight arm, and that really opens up Cunningham's upper body for that slam.
Bennett, who of course wore number 55 last year, has changed his number back to 97, his old college number.
That's the Desert Shield look right there.
Jamie Mueller. Cunningham all the way back to the 44. mentioned 4 sacks in '87. There's his first in 1990 against the Eagles.
And that's 5 today for the Bills defense against Cunningham. Number 97 at the top of the screen is unblocked there. One of the running backs had to have protection there, and Cunningham is twisted to the ground. A huge loss, and that's 10 tackles now for Cornelius Bennett on the afternoon. And he's got his own little celebration deal going too, doesn't he?
That's a modest dance.
No, he's tired. Not easy to dance when you're breathing hard.
It's a tired dance. 3rd and 18. Cunningham into double coverage for Calvin Williams. Incomplete. Williams and Hagee were back to defend. And it'll be a punt forthcoming for the Philadelphia Eagles.
This game has really gone back and forth. The Bills have answered the challenge.
Foul. Roughing the passer.
Whoa.
Number 96 defense. First down.
Did not see the flag.
Yeah, Leon Seals was caught by our referee, Tom Dooley, at the end of this play. There's the toss, and there's the cheap shot right up under the chin. Cunningham goes down. The Eagle bench is calling for a flag. Watch the flag come out of the back pocket here. Boy, what a big play that was. The Bills were going to get the ball back there, and now the Eagles have the ball on the 40-yard line of Buffalo.
In college, he was known as Dr. Sack. Seals, that is. That won't be the appellation this time. Here's Cunningham on first down. Up in the pocket to the 40, 35-yard line. But what a big play. 3rd and 18, and Seals guilty of the personal foul.
Well, the Eagles have got their pass blocking specialist in the game. Anthony Toney is number 25, and he's going to come out here and block on Cornelius Bennett, and does an outstanding job giving his quarterback a chance to get up in the pocket.
And another flag on that last play.
An illegal shift. Number 88. It will be first down.
That's on Keith Jackson. Jackson, by the way, has given up the cello. He used to play the cello, and he's now gotten into rap music. He's made a new rap video that is available for a few bucks in the Philadelphia area.
Yeah, and we'll give him the plug. It's called Coming Back Hard in 1990. But there's a rumor circulating the Eagles locker room that Milli Vanilli has something to do with it.
Well, Kenny Jackson is the one who circulated that rumor. He told Keith Jackson last night, you didn't sing it, Milli Vanilli with it. 1st and 15. 7-point game. 10.5 remaining. Sherman on the delayed run to the left down to the 42-yard line. Ray Bentley with the tackle.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 11.
But getting back to that roughing the passer penalty against Seals, that's almost like a turnover there, because the Eagles were going to have to punt the ball back to Buffalo, and yet with the penalty they get maintain possession of the ball.
And that was only the 4th penalty against Buffalo in the ballgame. 2nd down, 11. Byers in motion. 3-man front. They drop 8. Buffalo, that is. And Byers makes the catch at the 35-yard line. They might give him the 34, and that'll set up a 3rd and a long 5 needed for the first down. Byers with 5 catches.
And he's in motion here, and he'll run what they call a stop pattern, reading where the weakness of the defense is, right between the linebackers, making the grab and then falling forward, and giving the Eagles now a situation that is very manageable. 3rd and 4, they can run or they can pass.
Buffalo has given up 46% on 3rd downs this year. It's 3rd and 5. And the blitz is coming. Cunningham sacked by Talley.
Well, the Bills are going to challenge the Eagles offense right here with an all-out blitz, and Cunningham should have dumped the ball right there and But that's part of Randall's game, is getting out of trouble by scrambling around. That time the Bills had too many men for him, and that's Talley's second sack of the day.
And his 13th tackle today.
Well, we're having some all-pro plays made by Talley and Cornelius Bennett today.
Cunningham, 30. The kick is blocked. Steve Tasker, that's the second he's blocked this year. He is a Pro Bowl special teamer. Spiegels is down.
And Tasker, the first guy to see him, because he really drilled him. Got the block and the punter. What a big play for Buffalo.
That is the third blocked punt by the special teams of Buffalo. And Spiegels is on the ground. They are coached by Bruce DeHaven, and what a job he has done.
Tasker is number 89, coming from the left side here. What a great head fake he put on Edwards there. Got right in on the punter and sets his offense up in great shape. Boy, and Spiegels, he hits his head on the turf and might have knocked himself out.
The third block of a punt by the Buffalo Bills this season, the second by Steve Tasker. Time has been called while they tend.
Irish Spring Deodorant Soap, the Irish never quit. And by Budweiser, the king of beers. Remember, know when to say when.
Jeff Spiegels has already gone for the aspirin on the sideline, and he'll have a headache not only for the rest of this day, but probably all night. Steve Tasker with the block, and Buffalo with a first down at the 50. Thurman Thomas ranging to the left, and this time not much there, and a flag comes flying from the 25-yard line.
And you have to think that somebody on the left side of the Bills was holding against the Eagles there. And that's really not what Buffalo had in mind. The Bills want to move the ball down, take as much.
Holding, 88, offense, first down.
Well, next Sunday, a doubleheader for you on CBS at 12:30 Eastern, the NFL Today, and then Dan and I will be in New York for the Minnesota Giant game. That one with all kinds of playoff implications. The Vikings suddenly alive. The second game of the doubleheader, Chicago at Washington. Washington running all over Miami this afternoon as they try and revive their hopes, and Chicago fighting off Detroit. Chicago and Washington, second game of the doubleheader next week. First and 20, I beg your pardon. Here comes Joyner on the blitz. And James Lofton hangs on to this one, gets the 10 back, +2 to the Eagle 48-yard line.
Well, that may be the play of the game, because that will keep Buffalo in very manageable situations. A 2nd and 8 will be the next type of situation, but they want to move the ball down now and just get a field goal, extend this lead past this 7, where we may have an overtime if they don't, to a 10-point lead, and let their defense turn it loose against Randall Cunningham.
8 minutes remaining. 30-23. Second down at 8. Thomas going left. Howard Ballard pulled and led the way. And Byron Evans makes the tackle, the middle linebacker, number 56.
That's a wonderful play by Evans, because if he doesn't make that tackle, Thomas is down the sidelines for an easy first down.
Byron Evans, Buddy Ryan says he's not the biggest middle linebacker in the league, but he hits as hard as anybody.
And he's a very intuitive player, plays by instinct, and the coaches say by the seat of his pants sometimes, but he gets the job done. Very inspirational leader, and that's what you need out of your middle linebacker.
Big play, third down and 6 from the 46, a 30-23 lead for Buffalo. Blitz is coming. Pass to Thomas. Flag is down as well. And the pass is incomplete. The flag thrown on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they got Howard Ballard rocking back in his stance, number 75. But the Eagles will refuse this, bringing up a 4th down.
340 pounds. And there's no ring around the middle.
No, he's
solid.
Yes, he is a big man, and he got that 340 moving in the wrong direction too soon.
Thought I felt the earth tilt. So they'll replay the down.
Yeah, they blamed it on number 74, I think, but that's Glenn Parker, and he's sitting on the bench right now. But it was Ballard that moved. Interesting that his false start nullified the play so that the holding penalty had no bearing.
Now they do move the 5-yard penalty back because the play was it was a dead ball foul.
Absolutely.
So it is 3rd and 11 from the 49. Again, whoa, motion. Golick jumped back, flags are all over the place. And Kelly is hauled down by Clyde Simmons. But now let's see if, and we've got another flag on the far side of the field.
Well,
Andre Reed and Andre Waters are having a little confab.
About 6 Eagles jumped off sides as Kelly used the hard count. Heads up play by Jim Kelly.
Offside, defense, third down.
See, when the referee doesn't give you a number, that's a multiple one there. He could have picked anybody. Kelly got them all.
Well, the Bills got a break today. Washington rolls over Miami. Rams defeat Cleveland. And if there was any doubt, the Cleveland Browns are now officially out of the playoffs. There's headline, that little booger. 3rd down and 6. Kelly with pressure. Intercepted by Seth Joyner. He thought about lateraling. It's a loose ball. Joyner not only thought about it, he did it. Now who comes up with it? I think Philadelphia. No, Buffalo.
And Buffalo will have possession there because the Eagles did have it. Joyner made the interception and then made the mistake of not hanging on to it. I think they're getting so used to scoring touchdowns. They've had 3 in the last 3 weeks that was what was on Joyner's mind. He does an outstanding job of covering Thurman Thomas here, number 34, out of the backfield, steps in front of him, makes this interception, and then makes this big mistake. Trying to get the ball to Frizzell, and then Eric Allen had a real shot at picking it up. And somewhere down there, a blue shirt's got it. Looks like it's Jim Richard.
And it was Thurman Thomas who knocked the ball loose, or knocked the ball away, as Joyner tried to get it back to Frizzell. And a fresh set of downs to work on the clock for the Buffalo Bills. And keep in mind, under the new rules now for 1990, despite Thurman Thomas running out of bounds, the clock will restart until we get to the 5-minute mark.
Boy, it wasn't. Haven't we been at this 50-yard line spot on the field for about the last half hour? Now this clock will start once the ball is ready for play, as you see right there, and it will stop, go back to the old rules once we get inside that 5-minute.
2nd down. (30 to 23). Oh, what a catch! Eric Allen on top of Andre Reed. That'll bring up a 3rd down.
This is a short gain for the Bills. Reed and Allen. Reed slips down, and that is a wonderful grab. Verne, he just kept his eyes on the ball and his concentration, and he's a little bit disappointed that he slipped before the ball got to him.
Well, a couple of minutes have gone off the clock, and once again, a 3rd and long. 5:04 remaining. A 7-point ball game. Buffalo has the lead. No blitz. Kelly across the middle. A diving catch for the 1st down at the 38. James Lofton. Bruce Colley's reaction.
James Lofton is having a career day and a wonderful career. A 3rd down catch over the middle. He slips a little bit. He keeps his eye on the ball, and he makes the 1st down. Kelly is throwing very catchable balls as well. Nice tight spiral, a lot of touch on it, making it easy for his receivers to make those grabs.
In this win, those tight spirals, you don't see the shoebox floating around out there.
Thank goodness.
And a chance to work for another couple of minutes on the clock. 4:14 and running. And off to Thomas. Reggie White knocks him down at the 35. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, and this CBS telecast is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of CBS, the Bills, and the National Football League is prohibited.
And this is one that's well worth copying if you had a mind to.
It sure is. If you've not been with us, it started with a 24-point first quarter by the Buffalo Bills. The Eagles fought back to 24-23. Scott Norwood's 2 field goals since then have brought us to our current status of 30-23. Kelly, Thomas, caught and dropped at the 40. And among other things, that might prove costly when it comes to a potential field goal.
Well, how many times are you going to go to that well on the left side there? The Eagles know that they're vulnerable there against the run. The Bills have had all their success running the ball on the ground around that left side. That time, our man Jesse Small got some help from his pals and stopped Thomas for a big loss.
Eagles have called timeout. 3:08 remains in the ball game. Buffalo has a 3rd down and 12 when we return.
AT&T, the right choice. In a 1966 game, the Giants scored 41 points and yet were defeated by 31 points. Who beat New York in the highest scoring game in NFL history? The Cleveland Browns, the Philadelphia Eagles, or the Washington... The Redskins defeated the Giants 72-41 to help set the record. If you said Washington, you made the...
Try and force a big play here for their defense, get a turnover.
Here they came. Maybe a free play.
Well, really a lack of discipline on the part of the Eagles. They had, again, about 4 or 5 guys offsides.
Izell Jenkins was 4 yards across.
We have offsides. Defense, number 46, 3rd down.
Jenkins is number 46 from the right side of the screen, and he'll be about 4 yards deep in the backfield there. Easy call and a real crucial mistake by the Eagles.
9 penalties today, and 5 of the 9 have been for offside. And so instead of 3rd and 12, let's do it again, 3rd and 7.
And they're going to come after him again.
Max blitz across the middle, caught by Andre Reed. Close for the 1st down. He might have it. They'll measure.
Boy, this is going to be really close. Kelly and Andre Reed both read the blitz at the same time. Reed broke his pattern off on what they refer to as a sight adjustment. The receiver reads the blitz, he breaks his pattern off to the inside, and the quarterback gets him the ball. Perfect execution for Buffalo. You'll see the blitz coming right up the middle against Kelly. He goes right now to where his hot receiver is. There's Reed across the middle, and the athletic ability of Reed and a nice shove there by William Frizzell, and the reach now is just enough for the 1st down.
7 catches for Andre Reed to complement the 5 of James Lofton. 12 by the Bills wide receivers. Thurman Thomas, Reggie White. Philadelphia has 2 timeouts left. The clock will stop. They use 1 now. And it will stop again, of course, at the 2-minute warning. After the fumble recovery, remember now, Seth Joyner intercepted a Kelly pass. Near midfield, tried to lateral. Buffalo wound up recovering. They put together 7 drives since then.
And Thurman Thomas has gone over the 1,000-yard mark. And the fans are reacting to the score on the scoreboard that shows Washington beating Miami. So that'll open up a little breathing room for the Bills if they can hang on here. But they're well within Norwood's field goal range. And I'm sure that's all they're thinking about now, is extending this lead beyond the 7 points.
Well, it's not an easy road for, and Chicago has tied it up 17 all. Not an easy road for Buffalo, even if they get the victory today, because they've got Indianapolis left, but that's on the road. Then they've got to travel to the New York Giants. They get Miami at home, and they finish out the season at Washington.
A real disadvantage for the Bills. Every year they seem to play more games on the road in December than they play at home.
And they're fighting a perennial December swoon. They're doing a good job of changing that around today. Here's Thomas. Inside the 20 to the 17.
And the fans here, they talk about that swoon, but the Bills' record here at home is phenomenal. In the last 6 years, they've only lost here twice.
We are at the 2-minute warning. Buddy Ryan's Philadelphia Eagles trail by 7, and they desperately need the ball back. They can stop the clock just once more. Mike Lodish got his first sack of the season, number 73. Time of possession in the last 9 minutes. Is that something?
Well, that's the reason the Buffalo Bills will win this game, barring an unforeseen turnover and score by the Eagles. Right now, they're just going to run the Eagles out of timeouts, line up and kick a field goal.
Thurman Thomas hit by Mike Golick.
Thurman Thomas carry.
And the Eagles will use their last timeout now, I think, to stop the clock.
Okay.
Nope, they're going to save it, apparently. They have one left.
Boy, this is a mistake if they're not using it right now. They have one timeout remaining, and they're letting all this time go off the clock. It's only second down.
Thought Buddy Ryan was going to pat his head and rub his belly there for a minute.
That's not easy to do.
I know.
I can't understand why they're not using that last timeout.
Second and 11. Thurman Thomas. It'll be third down, and now they use their final timeout and stop the clock with 1:08 remaining in the game. So Buddy Ryan's ball club out of timeouts, and they still trail by 7.
People love the convenience.
80,000 or so on hand. They have enjoyed themselves this afternoon, as it appears the Buffalo Bills will go 10-2 for the season and take a full game lead over the Miami Dolphins in the AFC East. Miami already a loser today. And the Bills, who rang up 24 first quarter points and then squandered all but one of them, can now run out the clock. They do have a third down, however. 3rd and 11. And here's the toss to Thomas coming to the right side. Seth Joyner knocks him down. It'll be 4th down, but the clock will continue to roll.
Real heads-up play by Thurman Thomas. You notice he didn't struggle and try and get that first down. The big thing here is to put his field goal kicker on the field and get these extra 3 points and not risk that fumble.
And in the back of your mind, if you're thinking, why kick the field goal, I'm sure that the Bills are aware not only that they can get the 3 points and avoid the possibility of a tie, but Philadelphia has not blocked a kick this season.
Well, they're due. You know, if they're going to block one, this is the one to block. You keep thinking back to that interception by Seth Joyner, and he tried to lateral the ball. Thurman Thomas made a nice play on the ball, and the Bills recovered the fumble.
Saw Frank Wright call timeout. Buffalo uses one with 17 seconds to go. Bills still have 2 left.
And that's a smart play by the Bills, running the clock way down like that. But what it does to the Eagle defense and the special teams that are out there is it takes a little steam out of them. They have to stand out there and regather, get fired up again to try and get into the backfield and make a block on Norwood.
Norwood, that first one was mighty impressive. It came into the teeth of that 20-mile-an-hour breeze. And then he kicked one from 21 and 45. And it's 30-23 now with 17 seconds to go in the ball game.
And Norwood has not had a great year, but 4 field goals today against the Eagles will make him feel like he had.
This will be from 35. Whoa, stays wide right.
Well, now, 13 seconds to go, no timeouts. Perfect situation for Randall Cunningham.
All he needs is 3rd and 18 and the ball at the 5-yard line. He could throw another 95-yarder. Well, it is not over yet.
Absolutely not over. Ball's on the 20. They got 80 yards to go in 13 seconds. No problem.
Cunningham, 217. He's thrown 3 touchdowns, but intercepted once. And the alley-oop receivers go wide to the right side, all 3 of them. Cunningham goes short. They lateral it to Byers, who gets out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And they use 6 seconds on that play. So time for 1 more, maybe 2.
Yeah, that's the old hook and lateral. Hitch and ladder. A lot of different names for that one. Miami used it one evening, almost ruined my day.
I remember it well. Post-game show coming next. Greg and Terry, scores and highlights in the NFL. 7 seconds remaining. Triple coverage. Batted away. Game is over. John Hagee and his Buffalo Bill teammates have a 10-2 record. And the Philadelphia Eagles see their 5-game win streak come to a close. They are 7-5 for the year. Final score, 30-23.
One of the worst things you can have is a winning streak in this league. We saw a couple go by last week, and now the Eagles' 5-game streak is snapped.